大家好，我是 Rachel， 我是一名全职汉语在线教师，我已从事在线汉语教学2年多了。从我的100多名学生和2000多节课里，我了解了很多不同的文化，也为我积累了宝贵的教学经验。There are some questions you might want to ask me before you take class with me. Let's have a look.
Why do we have to learn Chinese?
Chinese is the language spoken by the largest number of people in the world, and many of them can't speak other languages. If you want to communicate with them while you're traveling or live in China, you will need to learn this language. Chinese is a beautiful language. Learning Chinese helps you to understand the splendid Chinese culture, which has a 5,000-year history. Chinese is a useful language. Chinese economy is rapid growing. Able to use this language will bring you more work opportunities and make more friends.
Is it difficult to learn Chinese? Is Chinese really the most difficult language in the world? We have to answer this question from a different perspective. For speaking and listening, Chinese is definitely not a hard language to learn, because Chinese has fixed sentence patterns and no articles, no conjunctions, no plurals, no cases, no gender, and with only 400 syllables. The tones are not that difficult either. It is overall context and the grammatical function of the word that reduces the scope for confusion. If you can remember whether the word is masculine or feminine or neutral in other languages, then you can remember the tones or Chinese characters. On the other hand, Chinese writing and reading are considered more difficult, because Chinese characters are not alphabetical. It will require lots of time and commitment to memorize them. However, you don't really need to learn Chinese characters, as you can use Chinese pinyin to help your pronunciation and type on cell phone and computer. There are many materials you can find to help you to practice Chinese characters, so you don't really need online classes to help you with that. How long does it take to learn Chinese? To answer this question, we have to face some other questions. First, what level do you want to reach? There is a big difference from daily conversation to being able to read a Chinese newspaper and work in China. Second, how much time do you plan to set aside to spend learning Chinese? Spending 1 hour a day and spending 5 hours a day to study will have completely different results. Third, what is your mother language? The closer this language is to Chinese, the easier it is to learn. In other words, learners who are from Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Nepal, or some other Asian countries will find it easier to learn Chinese than those learners from English-speaking countries, in theory. For learners whose mother language is close to Chinese, they will roughly need to spend 500 hours study time to reach a comfortable level of Chinese. On the other hand, speakers of more different languages will need to take about 2,000 study hours to reach that same level. In this case, the time you need to take to learn this language is not that important, because as long as you have the interest of learning Chinese, you will ultimately achieve your goal. Please forget the study time. Just make commitment with this language and keep studying. What type of class do I need to choose? For beginners and elementary level students who don't have specific learning requests, the beginner course is the right one for you. This class offers free ebooks, focuses on pronunciation, grammar, listening, comprehension, conversational skills, and reaching fluency quickly. For those who want to do business in China, and work in China, I suggest take the Business Chinese course. I will use materials, particularly in the business context. In this class, you won't just learn how to speak Chinese, but some sales and marketing skills as well. If you have particular learning demands, please choose the customized Chinese course. I will customize the class for your personal learning purpose and situation. It contains learning material, homework, the teaching method that you prefer, etc. I also provide monthly intensive Chinese course and weekly intensive Chinese course to help those who want to quickly improve their Chinese skills in the short term. Those two courses are not just for live classes, but online WeChat practice. Build your Chinese learning environment quickly to improve your Chinese ability.
What is your teaching method?
I've studied English for over 10 years in the school. The result of this was I could barely speak a few words to a foreigner. From this experience, I know that I shouldn't ever use the same old traditional way to teach my own students. There are a few things I would like to do in my class. Let the students think of this language by themselves rather than give them the answer and like them to repeat. Memorizing is not learning. Understanding why and how to use this language is the key. Associate Chinese with their mother language can help them remember new vocabulary easier. Minimize English explanation is very good to let students change the different thinking mentality and more effective. I would like my students talk more than I do in my class. Learning a language is all about practicing. Play games, quiz, or role play are both fun and effective way to learn Chinese. Why should we choose your class? First, I know how you feel. As a language learner myself, learning English for me was as difficult as an English speaker learning Chinese. Understanding the reason why you would make the mistake makes me more patient and able to explain better. As I said, I didn't learn English from my school. I've learned English by building myself an English environment. Although I'm still in the process, I managed to improve my English to a very different level within a few years. So, I believe that I can help you to build your Chinese environment as well. Second, I'm a full-time online teacher now. I've been teaching Chinese online for over 2 years, and I really like doing this job. No matter how many hours class I have taught each day, I just enjoy them, and I will continue doing this job as my career. This enthusiasm brings me energy and pushes me to try harder in my class for helping my students.
I wish to meet all of you who are interested in Chinese, and I really hope to help out through this interesting journey. Welcome to send me any questions or book class with me. Hope to see you soon. 再见。